Good morning, West Michigan. It is Monday. I'm calling it a November weather reality check. It's like a slap in the face out there this morning.
It is chilly.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess it's a big change from what we've had, so it just seems even more drastic than it really is, because I think any other year it might just be like, okay, another November day, we're fine.
And you know, the interesting thing is temperatures today will actually be warmer than average. But it feels so cold outside. It's just kind of our internal barometers are set at 69, 70 degrees because we had all the sunshine. And
it doesn't seem that we've been gradually going up or down. It seems like, you know, one day it'll be up here, and then the next it's down here, and grab the coat. It's been a little... I was talking to a girlfriend of mine in California, Santa Barbara, which is beautiful. I said, it's just been so... One day you need your coat, and one day you go coatless like I did last week.
Right. Well, and I ran into trouble over the weekend because I couldn't find my coat because it was here at the station. I had worn it in on Friday morning and then put it over a chair, and I left Friday afternoon. It was really nice, and so I didn't have my coat all weekend, but I managed to make it through.
Well, today, some people like it chilly because it's a really big day in Michigan, the beginning of firearm deer season, and a lot of people got up at before the crack of dawn, because they had to be in place at the crack of dawn because they could start hunting with firearms.
That's right.
My husband is one of those.
No.
You'd never think it, but yes.
Wow.
He comes from a hunting family. And I actually sent him a text this morning, and I said, hey, do you mind sending me a picture? And so he took this picture this morning and actually then sent a couple of videos from his iPhone.
That's funny.
He's been on Facebook, too, apparently. Some people said, I'm like, okay, we've never caught a deer before.
Okay.
And I think the animals can sense the technology from his mind.
Okay.
I think that might have something to do with it. Because in the past I've received texts saying, oh my goodness, it is so cold out this morning, and my hands are like ice, and my feet, I can't move them. And so I think maybe that's why we haven't been
successful. Yeah, well, you're going to, you know, Chef Tommy would gladly come and help make you venison and show you some great recipes. So Bryce had better be successful this year.
Hey, you know, he's going to be out there for hours.
Oh, good.
He's going to be back later today.
I was going to say, is he one of those guys who's going to camp in the woods until he gets Bambi and then comes back home?
No, he was in a comfy cabin with his brothers last night.
Fantastic.
His parents the night before. So.
That's awesome. Part of Michigan Americana. There's so many women that hunt too, so this is not just a male sport, and so many kids that get out there too. So a lot of people, and Jen was telling me that there are some kids from her class that are going to be missing school today because they have been waiting for the opening of firearms.
It's really a family thing.
Yeah, it can be.
Families go, and his family has done that, but my family hasn't. We're more of like stay at the B&B.
There you go. I'm just wondering.
Let's go to the lakeshore and stay somewhere nice and cozy with a fireplace.
In a few years, we're going to be seeing Coco all decked out in her blaze orange. Ready?
More hot pink, maybe?
Maybe.
We'll see.
Something like that. We'll see. Well, I actually had kind of an interesting weekend. It was one of those busy weekends where I had the opportunity to go and participate and watch one of the musical acts that had been a part of 8 West last week.
Right.
Our family got tickets and went to the Grand Rapids Symphony Saturday night to watch the Trapp Kids. And let me tell you, number one, it was almost a sellout, which is great. We've got a magnificent symphony orchestra. And here are the kids singing.
Oh, my
It was just wonderful. And, you know, we had the opportunity to meet them.
They are so nice.
Such
very
nice
grounded,
kids.
Nice young kids who are in college. 3 of them are in college, 1 in high school, and they've been performing for 9 years.
Right, which is really amazing.
They're so gracious.
And they told the story about how they didn't really set out to become performers. You know, they were very interactive with the audience, and they told the story about how they didn't set out to become performers. Their parents actually don't sing at all, for as gifted and as talented musically as their great-grandparents and their grandparents were. They actually, their parents, it's kind of skipped this generation, and when their father, Kurt, had a stroke 9 years ago. Someone came to their family and asked them if they would record some of these songs just as a gift, and some music producer ended up just detecting the talent, the raw talent with these kids, and decided to start packaging it, and the marketing went on from there, and then of course the rest, as they say, is history. So it was really fantastic. You know, it was one of those great Saturday nights too, where we got dressed up, went downtown for a very nice dinner, and I just had to show you the picture of this. Jen saved room for dessert. Don't these look wonderful?
It looks great. Okay, now where did you get this? The cream puffs, right?
They're cream puffs.
Cream puffs.
But there was vanilla ice cream instead of the cream on the inside.
Nice.
Covered with hot fudge. And then there's a splash of caramel.
Okay, where can we get this, Terri? It looks really, really good.
That's at Leo's, of course.
I love Leo's.
Yeah, and it was funny because we were in there sitting down, and we happened to run into our favorite landscaper there, Chuck Veenstra. So it was just kind of like
Landscape Impressions.
From Landscape Impressions, who's you know, helped us with all of our great outdoor needs this season. So it was a lot of fun to be in downtown. I love the energy. You live downtown. Right. We are not downtown very often in the evening, and it's just a great vibe, great energy in downtown Grand Rapids.
Yeah, I love living down there because I can either look out my window and feel like I'm a part of it, or I can just walk up my front door and then be a part of it too. It's really, really nice. And there was a lot going on in downtown Grand Rapids this weekend because there was a big show that was happening Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then actually we had some of the folks from that show in our studio last week. It was a Sesame Street show.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Healthy Heroes featuring Elmo. It was really great. Okay, so here we are. It's a little bit dark in the stadium. It was at the Van Andel Arena.
Right.
And so, do you know what that is? You know those little spinny things?
Oh, yeah.
When your kids went to things, did they have those spinny things?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that was the best thing. That was the cat's meow. So we got one of those with Elmo, and so here we are in the dark doing our spinny with the little lights. And then they had the show. It was fantastic. It was bright. It was lively. There was dancing. There was a lot of crowd interaction, and it's for a lot of younger kids. You know, sometimes they are a little bit tweens, teens. This is a younger kid type show, and it was wonderful. There were a lot of families there, obviously, walking around to the Van Andel Arena, just enjoying this all weekend long. And we went to the show actually yesterday, so I was really excited as I saw people leaving that area, and they had their Elmo balloons. I'm like, and it was an hour and a half, and I have an almost 2-year-old, and she actually sat through the whole thing and loved it. So it was a really great show. Hopefully, if they come back, we're definitely going to be there again because it was a great show. If you didn't get to see it, keep it in mind. You know, I'm sure it's going to travel, and it's going to be a little bit different next year, but that was definitely one. They got the thumbs up from the little one. Well, this is entertaining enough.
Well, and you know, the nice thing is for kids who may be just a teeny bit older than Coco, it was almost Healthy Heroes. It was all about the journey to physical health, emotional health, you know, mental health, just really keeping yourself healthy and active. So great story.
Drinking milk, eating fresh vegetables, doing great things, and confidence building.
Exercising.
It was really great.
A whole lot of fun.
It was fantastic.
So we had a busy weekend. Almost seems like we need a day to recover, but we're kicking off a busy week here.
So let's